Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, MemeCoins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss the upcoming FOMC meeting and the implications on the crypto market. We're going to talk about the changing of the guard at Doodles and the latest in the meme coin trenches, how we're positioning ourselves right now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We've got Kicks. We've got Easy. We've got Clemente all here. Kicks, how you feeling? Been a couple days.
Dude, feeling good, man. Market's been a little choppy, but choppiness creates opportunity, right? Doing good, man. Hitting some kettlebell exercises every morning. Just really trying to build that strength. Trying to work on that mental strength. But feeling good, man. How about you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
A huge pimple on my nose. I just realized that.
Oh, you look great.
Thanks, man. That's an easy popper, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my wife gets very freaked out by those. She just can't stand it. Just absolute freak out.
Just send it right now. Pop it live.
Oh, stop.
I haven't washed my hands, so that's not
even better.
Before we get into the show, we have an exciting announcement. We're kicking off a partnership with a new partner. This is RecTech. We've worked with the founders behind this team before with Internet Game. They're docs. They're legit. They have been shipping product over the last years in this space.
RecTech.
If you remember Internet Game, they had 3 seasons. First season, they gave away $2.5 million in prizes. Season 2, they had G-Money. Before he was doxxed, hosting season 2, and they had a nice little partnership with Saul, Magic Eden, GameStop for season 3. These guys are backed by some of the best investors in the space. We're super excited to work with them on this RecTech project. So what is RecTech? It's basically the world's most exciting online game show. They offer daily games with real prizes. We're going to pop over to the dashboard here. This is currently gated. You can only get access if you go to their Discord, complete some tasks. But we're going to have a little way for you to get in if you're a Bodogos holder. We're going to have a little special event. Holders are going to be able to get into the platform. We're going to have our own little tournament that's going to provide some XP and some free mints, some allow lists to an upcoming platform mint for RecTech. I'm super excited to play these games. Currently, the daily game is Blackjack. So essentially what they do is they run these daily games. You earn XP for playing. They're very quick. Like right now, I'm just going to go all in on a Blackjack hand here. King 4 against a 2. This is a
hit.
6.
Don't be a pussy hit, dude. You know what the next card is.
Now,
stay.
Hey. All right. So if we stay, they end up with what? 13, 4 or 13.
That's 21.
Plus.
21.
You're cooked either way.
21.
Yeah.
What?
21. 9 plus 10. 21.
Oh,
9.
You're saying the card she would have gotten
4. They would have gotten the 4. I would have stayed.
Got it. So Ray, you get so the point of doing this is to earn XP, correct? So I'm on this right now, and it says the daily game is Blackjack. Max reward is 100 XP. So I'm basically just trying to get as much XP as possible.
Yes, that is the goal. Stack XP. XP is going to be used for future allow lists. They're basically having a season pass mint coming up in a few weeks. So you're going to want to climb those leaderboards to get allow list or discounted mints to that mint coming up. I think it's February 11th. This penguin game. So 19 days here. Essentially, there's going to be a pudgy penguin up for grabs. In addition to other rewards, minting their pass is going to get you access to that game and then future games as well. And then XP doesn't stop there. We've been talking to them. We're excited about what they're building out. And, XP is going to be good for some future ecosystem rewards if you can put 2 and 2 together. So you're going to want XP not only for these mints, but also as this platform grows. The cool thing about this that I like, it's just like one quick game and then you're done. There's no farming. It's tied to your socials and wallets. It's very hard to sybil. So this can be like a cool little break from the trenches. You pop in here, you play your game of Blackjack. They have other cool games or read the room where you kind of predict what other there's 2 options. You guess one of them and you predict what other people are going to say. Oh, Clemente playing some Blackjack here. What we got?
I'm on my Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's anyways, Ray, back over to
and we watch Clemente lose everything. Anyway, we're excited to kick off this partnership. We're going to be playing these games live on the show throughout this partnership. Really excited to be working with RecTech. If you are a Bodoggo, head into our Discord. You're going to go over and we're going to have an announcement to how to get in. If you aren't a Bodoggo holder, go to the RecTech Discord. Follow them at RecTech on Twitter. You can go to rectech.com as well for the game and to basically sign in and get on the wait list. So
So
get in.
if you're not a holder, you follow RecTech on Twitter at RecTech. If you are a Bodogos holder, you go to our Discord to get some super hot fire. If you're not a holder, you're toast, basically, unless you go
super hot fire.
Yo, but shout out to RecTech, guys. If you're not go check them out. Daily games on rectech.com because it's wicka RecTech.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, really excited to kick this off, and you'll be seeing a lot more from them on our show. That being said, I'm feeling a little weather report kicks. I want to know, what is it, sunny? Is it cloudy? What's going on out there in the crypto market today?
Maybe a little chance of meatballs. Let's see.
A little chance of meatballs. I like that.
We'll find out.
Sure you do,
shortly.
right?
Ladies and gentlemen, today is Wednesday, January 29th. The majors are down on the day with Bitcoin under 102, Ethereum right at 3,100, and Solana at 228. Over the past 24 hours, we've had some breaking news this morning as the Trump Media Group announced the launch of a fintech company called TruthFi. The company plans to invest $250 million into SMAs, ETFs, and crypto. Next up, Julian Holguin is replaced as CEO of Doodles by OG founder Burnt Toast. Burnt Toast tweeted out that the extractive corpo era of Doodles is over. Doodles are even on the day at a 4.4 ETH floor. Last but not least, Cynthia Loomis was doing media rounds yesterday announcing a plan for the U.S. to buy 20,000 Bitcoin per year for 5 years. The plan would be to hold the Bitcoin for at least 20 years and use it to pay off half of the national debt. That's pretty exciting. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Kicks. A lot to unpack there. I think like the thing everyone's watching for today is the FOMC. We've harped on this a good amount. In terms of like what we think is going to happen and like the state of macro. I'm just curious if anybody is like changing their portfolio, making any trades around this, or if it's kind of like a wait and see moment.
I cut a bunch of shit today, Ray. I'm currently heavy stabled.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So you're nervous?
Yeah.
I saw, I think it was OSF this morning was a bit nervous on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, if they come in with hawkish talks and are basically like, we're not going to be cutting more than once this year, you're going to need Donnie T to come over the top and be like, yeah, well, we need to make the economy great again. So yeah, I'm like pretty heavy stabled. Not my like main stake Solana bags are obviously not being touched. I'm still just holding those for the long term. But I have this like active wallet that I've been trading. I traded GFM and Pumpkin. I still hold small bags in those, but I've cut the majority of my profits. Even cut the Jupiter position that I was up from like 85-90 cents on the entry. Scaled out half on the most recent pump to like 118. I think it got to 125, and then just cut the rest this morning around 107. So that's mostly, it's allocated 75% USDC, 25% SOL right now.
Okay, that's interesting. So definitely some fear here. Would you be looking to buy a dip? Like is there a level where you like, okay, if we get to this
level? Depends. 209 Solana is where I'd like to swap back.
Okay. Kicks, what are you looking like in terms of portfolio allocation? I know you've been like in and out of ETH a few times. Like, are you changing your position here? Like, what does your portfolio currently look like coming into this potential like shelling point here?
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to make a good bag on Pengu and Trump, and so I kept that all in cash, and I actually pulled that out. I just want to take some chips off the table into real life money. P.O. would hate that, of course. He's like, why don't you buy Bitcoin with it? And then with the remaining bag I have in crypto, I think I probably have like 35% cash, and then the rest is in primarily Bitcoin, and then Solana and ETH, and then some alts. I think that there are alt plays that could get a little bit more juicy depending on what happens over the next couple of weeks. I also know with alts, it's very rare that they violently rebound off the ground. They usually consolidate for a little period of time, right? So I want to have some cash available for those opportunities. I've also been just looking at the overall state of the market. especially in the alt space. I think one of like the symptoms or outcomes of like Pump.fun and MemeCoins on the market is that the alt market has turned very much into like what I would call mercenary capital, right? So it's capital that's loyal to the bag, not loyal to a project. And I think there's some pros and cons to that, but I think you just see that in like the fast, violent moves up in tokens over small periods of time, right? And then just big drawdowns in tokens over the same period of time. I just think a lot of people aren't going to have as much loyalty to a project. They're just trying to make their bag and move on. And that's fine, but I think it just changes kind of the structure of things. I also think for some people, they don't really like that game. There's a lot of people that they want to buy things that they can hold for months, right? And a lot of people that aren't on their computer all day trading, you know, they see some like they'll come back to the computer and see something went from 4 million to 80 million, right? I think VVV is a perfect example. It went from like launch to like a stupid high number and then back down all in 48 hours, you know? So that's what I think like is happening with mercenary capital. It's just moving really, really, really fast. I also looked at CoinGecko, and CoinGecko has a filter for the top 100 coins where you can see the last time that coin hit an all-time high. And it was so insightful to see. It was actually wild. And I think it really highlighted the state of the alt market and just the state of crypto in general. You'd have to Google crypto coins, last all-time high or something like that. Yeah. And you can even sort by like the last time these things hit all-time highs, right? What's wild is that I think Bitcoin and Solana are the only top 100 coin that have been around for more than a couple of years, right? That have made new highs in the past month, right? And I think there's 5 coins total out of 100 that have made new highs in the past 3 months that weren't launched like in 2022 or 2023, right? And yeah, you can see some of these coins like, ETH obviously hasn't hit a new time high in 3 years, but there's coins on there that haven't hit new all-time highs in 7 years, right? Like 4 years, right? And you could say, oh, these things are all going to hit new all-time highs at the end of the cycle, whenever that may be. But I think this was just super insightful for me because basically there's been 3 places to make money in this market throughout this entire cycle. And it's been holding Bitcoin, it's been holding Solana, right? And it's been MemeCoins, trench plays. Everything else has really chopped. Like anything that was launched in like 2020, right? Most of them have not even gotten close to making all-time highs. So I think like the alt structure has really, it changed in a big way. The ones that you see that have hit all times recently are like what you see right there, virtuals, right? Which launched earlier this year or like later last year, right? And that actually hit a new all-time high in, I think, December or maybe first week of January. But then big drawdown, of course, after that. But yeah, it was just interesting to me because, I mean, obviously we know that like holding Bitcoin and holding Solana has been the best play of this cycle. But I don't think people have like fully appreciated that for pretty much since March of 2024, there hasn't been any coins that hit new all-time highs in alts. That's a long time. And I think it's definitely affecting sentiment. It's definitely affecting how people are navigating the space. And that's why I think you see strength in Bitcoin. And also I think that the big drawdown in the alt market is that if you look at what happened with Pengu and if you look at what happened with Trump, I'd estimate that there's probably $1.5 billion of like quote unquote smart alt money got trapped in those plays, right? And that's a huge liquidity pullout of the market, right? That's money that people may have taken and rotated into these dip buying opportunities, right? And I think that's why some of these drawdowns have been so severe, is because there was a huge kind of wealth creation, but more change of money, right? Because where did the wealth come from? So I think a lot of people, smart money that primarily traded alts, right? Have a lot of money that got sucked up into those two plays. It's similar to what we saw in 2021 with NFTs, right? Like when Mutant Ape Yacht Club minted and did $80 million, right? Like what percentage of that $80 million was like NFT trader bags, liquid bags, right? Probably at least 10%, right? If not more. And when you kind of suck that liquid out of the market, it drags everything down. And we saw that with NFTs. And I think that's what we've been seeing on the alt side.
I think people have been sucking that liquid like a juice box.
You fucking slut.
Dude, we were checking out apartments yesterday. And,
Okay, we're not going through, dude. Why?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What happened?
Okay, to throw my business out there.
your business?
Yesterday you did that. Yesterday you said, "Oh, Nick woke up like yo." It's not people's business to know that. I'm not like, what the hell?
What happened?
Is nothing secret and then nothing sacred?
Nick had to go to the bathroom during an apartment tour. Like he had to use the bathroom in one of the empty apartments.
IBS, Nick.
What?
I've been there. IBS, dude.
I made,
You
That's
never
not
know
even
when it's
true.
going to strike, and you got
That's
3 minutes
not
to find a
true.
bathroom.
I made that one up. That would be funny though. That would be funny. Nah, never mind. We don't have to share.
Were you about to say the R joke?
Yeah. I was gonna. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't say
What
that
was
in
your
New
R
York City,
joke?
Nick.
We don't have to. We're not gonna do it. We don't have to do it.
All right. So
It's like, yo, check out this one time that Nick was a little piece of shit.
I don't know about that.
That his joke didn't land properly and he may have crossed a boundary.
I don't know if it was a.
his uncle wasn't there to bail him out.
was great. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to derail the show. Kicks had a great rant right there. When you let Kicks go off, don't get in the way of him. He's a freight train. Don't get in the way, but let that freight train pass through and deliver the goods. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to jump in a couple times. My main point though of it was I think a lot of people, I can definitely like sympathize with people who want to buy something with quality and hold it. And I think those people just got absolutely torched with this Trump drop because they're like, okay, we finally found this thing that we can believe in. It's AI. AI and crypto is going to be the future. It's going to be like the macro play of this cycle. Look at all these AI coins dropping. Look at all this new tech. This is something I can kind of spread my chips around and get in on. And then Trump dropped. Everyone rotated out. Nobody rotated back in. Everyone like realized the emperor lost his clothes, and now it's just like down.
You say nobody entered back in, but the following last week, the trench volume on PumpFun was all-time highs.
I'm talking
Like
about
overall
AI,
volume.
like AI stuff.
Oh yeah, no, everyone realized very quickly, like, fuck the AI stuff. We're back to memes, and now you have like meme launch pads that are running. Like we have 2 that have gone to 8-figure valuations without working products, which is wild to see. You have memes like yesterday, a whiff coin launched called Wallahi, I'm fucked, which is absolutely hilarious. And that was basically because whiff was getting smoked. And then you saw a bunch of derivatives of that launch as well. So like there's stuff that's like, it almost feels like it's cycling back to like traditional memes, which to me is more interesting than seeing some of this stuff that's like I'm not going to go out there and buy Michi. Like, am I interested in Michi? No. Am I interested in Billy? No. Like those things are stuff that like I cannot care
How
any
about
less about.
pumpkin that Ray bought this morning?
Oh yeah, I bought that as well.
On what wallet, bro?
I swapped it directly in my Phantom wallet.
For people that don't know, can you explain what Pumpkin is?
It's a PumpFun competitor that launched.
Oh, no.
And yeah, this one, however, is incentivized on rewarding devs. So their whole end goal is that like there's milestones based on market cap for the coin in which they earn rewards and fees. They have like a comparison for like if this token launched on here, how much would the team have made? They have like Mother and some of the others. Ray, the the Pumpkin deck, they have a pitch deck on the website that's more interesting than this. It actually like outlines a lot more of like what they're doing and how they generate it.
And can you launch a coin on Pumpkin right now?
No, the platform's not fully live. The only token that's launched is their Launchpad token. So the only one that they launched on Pumpkin was the Pumpkin token. So if you keep going, there's a slide in there that shows like Mother would have made $8 million in fees. Yeah, so this slide.
Cool. This is definitely.
But these are the two different ends that we have now. PumpFun does not reward anybody aside from the PumpFun team, right? They made $500 million in fees. None of that's gone back. GoFundMeme rewards 100% of creators. You can go and stake your GFM and you earn SOL that they're generating a day. Right now, they're making between 50 and 70 SOL a day. It's going back to stakers based on how much you have staked. This one rewards developers, so devs, token launchers. Whoever launches the token has milestones that they end up getting rewarded for. I believe if they sell their tokens, also they no longer get those rewards. So there's like incentivized for the dev to hold on Pumpkin. On GoFundMe, it's way more user focused. So you have these battle points right now where PumpFun is not rewarding anybody, Pumpkin is rewarding token launchers, and GoFundMe is rewarding platform users. Comment, your hand is raised.
And are these can you see these launches like if someone launches a Pumpkin when it finally gets on when it does get open, can you see those on BullX?
So once it's on BullX, yeah. So that's actually where you can trade them. It's where I traded part of GoFundMe. It's where I bought like 0.001 of Pumpkin when I bought it on Jupiter, just so I could see the price, like what the percentage was changing, just so I had the mark on the line. That's the only reason I bought it there. GoFundMe is partnered with Orca, one of the older liquidity providers that's been around the space for a minute. So that's where they have the liquidity going versus PumpFun, which is Radium. Pumpkin, I'm not sure will they use Radium, but we can probably find that out. So like,
and I'm assuming all of these fees that they're talking about, GFM going to the users and Pumpkin going to the devs. I'm guessing that's coming off of liquidity pool fees.
Yeah, the locked
liquidity pool fees and pre-migration fees are the two things. So same game plan and attack plan.
Probably smaller than
you would think that. That's where PumpFun's made all of their money. PumpFun has made 100% of the volume. Exactly. Yeah, but so
I guess my point was,
guys, are you fucking serious?
Shut up, Nick, dude. Go look at an apartment, okay? We're trying to get to something deep here, okay?
Well, no one can get to it because they can't hear the fucking words you're saying.
I'm understanding what, dude, your brain, I'm going to get you some Adderall, dude, just so you can pick up a little speed, okay? Or lay off the non-caffeine
The
tea.
audience isn't on cocaine, dude.
Even if they were,
if you're on cocaine in the audience, let us know in the comments.
Here's the thing, Nick. When you scream about it, you derail the conversation way more than 5 seconds of us talking over each other. I'm just saying. My question to Easy was basically this money coming out of the liquidity pool. They're like selling into the liquidity pool, right? So like, does it affect the structure? Like PumpFun, when it launches, right? All that liquidity is locked up. So like the fees just stack in the liquidity pool, right?
I don't know. That's what happens.
With PumpFun?
Yeah, don't they just burn
it?
They
burn the liquidity pool, so those fees are stuck permanently. The difference with like Pumpkin or GoFundMe earning off the fees, even Meteora, is it's a one-sided LP. Meteora has also released something called an alpha, which is how the Donald Trump token launched. So they seeded it with, I want to say 40-60 is what it was. I could double check and try to find it, where it was 60% tokens, 40% Solana. And they dictate the range. So when they create an alpha vault in Meteora, you can basically say, we want to seed liquidity from a 1 billion to 100 billion. And there's a path on that, like a bid-ask spread or a flat spread on there where people can buy and sell into that. And it basically structures the chart to go towards that price target because that's where the liquidity is centralized.
Yeah. So I think Clemente had the most important question here, and it kind of didn't get answered correctly when he said, are these on BullX after the launch? And I don't think that they're natively showing up in BullX, like in the
post migration. They're on there. No, well, they wouldn't be on the columns because the columns are only PumpFun and Moonshot. Right. And I think Neo does not actually have Moonshot.
Right. So that's the biggest thing, though, is like for these platforms to gain traction, there needs to be launches on them. And for there to be launches on them, there needs to be discovery. So like they need to be partnering with these bots so that there's discovery of these new launches, or else no one's going to trade them and then no one's going to build tokens on them.
You say that, but as soon as there's volume, these apps will integrate them. That's the main thing. Like there's no incentivization to integrate until volume cycles into it. It's what we saw with Moonshot. Moonshot wasn't integrated until there was concern that it would get volume. And it's just like anything though. Like if you're seeing if Pumpkin rips to 100 mil market cap as just a platform without a launcher yet, the likelihood that they develop support for that is pretty high. Same with GoFundMe. There's some FUD going around that GFM launched on PumpFun, but a lot of people are saying it's the best marketing move because now people are talking about how they launched the competitor on PumpFun. So like there's pros and cons to it, but it's basically like if these platforms market cap gets to a certain threshold, these other platforms will absolutely list the tokens that launch on them purely because now the underlying asset is so high that you want to capture any market share going through it. you have one winner that launches on this and goes to 10, 20 mil, inherently these platforms are going to be like, yeah, maybe we need to look at this. And call me crazy, but it wouldn't shock me if they had some out of the box way to just inject code for it from like Pumpkin's, all their contracts end in PKIN. So like that's the same way with Pump. All the PumpFun contracts end in Pump, PUMP. I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but I'm curious what those end in, because like there's some consistent nomenclature to the contract address that they're generating where you should be able to input those. Like every token that ends in this, seed it.
I liked that UI on the Pumpkin platform. That UI was pretty slick, and that little presentation they did is pretty slick. However, I think at an idea level, I like the idea of rewarding the traders more than the creators.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
okay, cool, you're going to incentivize the creators, so I'm going to go create a bunch of coins. What if nobody fucking buys them? Like, why?
Then you don't get anything. So like basically the inherent, the bet there for me, and I agree, the sentiment right now is like, why would we not reward the user? Because that's what, this reminds me of the 0% royalty situation on NFTs all over again. Like this is the exact same conversation just now on tokens. So I think we're going to see a couple things play out. The first thing that I think happens here is one of these will end up getting 5-6% of market share. Not a ton, but enough to be a disruptor. Enough for the market to be like, okay, we have to keep an eye on this and a tab on this and see what these token launches are doing, support them, create them, because of the simple fact that if they're gaining mind share and market share, what launches on here will be more interesting. The follow-up thing to that is if developers are rewarded based on milestones, then they're incentivized to do what they can to pump the token and send it higher so that they make money. If they cut and sell, that's gone. And I'm not sure, I haven't done.
But how does that stop them from buying from side wallets?
Because then it's just their own soul that they're getting back. Because the fees that are generated would essentially just be their own capital. And then if they nuke it anyway, they don't get those incentives.
Yeah. I guess
There's time-based locks and milestone-based locks. So there's incentives to hold it for a long period of time and continue to work on it. And then there's also incentives to get the market cap high enough. If someone goes in there with 10,000 SOL and sends it, inherently, you could also do that on PumpFun. You could also do that on Meteora and still capture fees. Yeah. That's just the sad reality of like, quote, decentralization in finance across the board. This is purely just a way for devs to not dump the tokens. Like this is their way to be like, when the dev sells, they lose any chance of reward, which to me is the most interesting part.
How do you get access to this right now, like to Pumpkin? And you seem pretty bullish on this. Aren't there a bunch of like clone versions of PumpFun that are trying like sort of different dynamics? What causes like what makes this one actually like compelling and makes people
simple
trade here?
Yeah, the platform token is up. That's why I'm interested. Price went up. Like plain and simple. The token's trading higher than where I bought it at, so I'm significantly more interested to watch it go higher. It's the same thing with GoFundMe. The token price is up, so I'm way more interested to see what happens here. Like that is quite literally the only thing.
Name. That's a fun name.
The name's good. The platform though reminds me of like virtuals. Like it's very childish. It looks very basic. People complaining about the UI. Pumpkin is not, their platform to launch tokens is not live yet. The only token launched on there is their platform token. GoFundMe, that's live.
I think that, you know, the market may be underappreciating how hard it is to create network effects. I think, you know, Pump.fun has done a really good job of creating network effects. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure like they can get aggregated with like a Bull X where it's like, okay, now you're seeing GoFundMe and you're seeing Pumpkin launches on there. But I mean, like, just look at like Moonshot versus PumpFun. Like, it's not even in the same ballpark. And I'd argue Moonshot has a really, really legit big team behind it. And they did the same kind of thing with like rewards off the LP pool and everything like that. And I don't know, it's a little weird in this space because it's like people FUD Pump.fun for making $500 million. They take a 1% fee on buys and sells while the token's bonding, and then a fee if it bonds, and then after that they make no money, right? And it's just weird in this space that like it's the most successful crypto app of this cycle, right? Maybe from a fee to person perspective, it's one of the highest of all time. I mean, like, how much did OpenSea? How much did OpenSea make? Over $1 billion?
Probably quite a bit.
I think they made over $1 billion. Pump.fun's not even at OpenSea levels in terms of revenue. I just think the FUD in this space is so weird towards builders, right? Because like last cycle, people got mad at OpenSea for their fees after the fact, but like during the fact, no one's like, what the hell's happening, guys? OpenSea's making like $1 billion in fees. If anything, people said it in a bullish context. They're like, dude, NFTs are like the shit. Like the top platform has made $1 billion in fees. Now it's like they're destroying the Solana ecosystem. They're taking 500 in fees. It's just a weird thing where people have this imaginary illusion where all of these people launch coins for them just completely selflessly and products completely selflessly, and only the users are supposed to make money off of it. I just don't understand like the whole like we need to replace Pump.fun because it made $500 million. It's like maybe Pump.fun made $500 million because it was the OpenSea of this cycle, very simply.
The users aren't thinking of it as the OpenSea of this cycle. The users are thinking of it as a rug pull factory and framing it as the founders of PumpFun are extracting value from their pockets. I disagree with that perspective.
Yeah.
But that's the perspective they have. And you're going to always have to just bet that the degen crypto market doesn't understand business at all. So it's like, if you're going to be like talking about this, it's kind of like getting mad. That's like going to Puerto Rico and being mad it takes longer than 2 minutes to get a coffee. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just,
does it take a while to get coffees in Puerto Rico?
And Miami. You got a bunch of slow people going on here, and you can't do anything about it. You know, dude, coming down as a New Yorker into Miami, you're going to want to probably murder some people. And the reality is you can go buy a gun and do that.
Florida, totally allowed.
Real quick, Zach pointed out, he said OpenSea was a rug pull factory. The difference is people didn't view the NFTs on OpenSea as like 100% rug pulls, whereas basically every coin you're buying on these PumpFun things, it's just the musical chairs in its purest form, which is fine because that's just part of the market. It's fine. It's no problem.
And there was a little bit more effort into making an NFT project than launching a meme coin. So there's a little bit more friction, but we still had tons of quote unquote NFT bundles, right? Where like Pixelmon. Yeah. Pixelmon was like a textbook, like smoke and mirrors kind of launch. And then the price magically dumps 80%. And you know why? It's because they sent a bunch of NFTs to their own wallets and dumped it. But I think FaZe Banks, he was on Thread Guy yesterday, and he said something that I think a lot of people can really connect with. And he said, basically, I got into crypto because of NFTs. And he was like, there was just something like magical about like buying these NFTs and trading these NFTs. And it didn't feel like day trading and it didn't feel so extractive. And he basically said, he was like, if I was starting crypto today, I would not be in the trenches. He was like, that would be like such a turn off for me. It's just not it's not the thing that would have gotten me into it. And that could be a personal thing. That could be, you know, other people could disagree, but I thought it was, I do think it was really interesting that like FaZe Banks, you know, on the show where everybody's kind of trenching is saying basically like, I would probably not be in crypto if this is the market that I entered in, right? Where it's other than holding Bitcoin or Solana, the path to success is like trading tickers and charts 24/7 on BullX or whatever, you know, Nova, whatever you use. And I kind of agree. I think he said basically his point too was like retail coming in. And just like, you know, the NFT market also moved a little slower. There's a lot more opportunities to like, and just because like you couldn't like full clip dump, there was different accumulate. Yeah, it was more, there you go. That sums it up. It was more noob friendly.
It was way more noob friendly, and it wasn't as competitive because the majority of the crypto market just immediately decided it was stupid and didn't want anything to do with it. They didn't want to, like, obviously some people got in, but the kind of crypto market was out on NFTs.
Yeah.
Like normies came in and were in on NFTs and the crypto people were out. So you just got normies going against each other. Then you got guys like OSF and Mando coming in that are sophisticated that just fucking crush it. And UKicks crushed it, you know? So anyway, real quick on the AI front, I know we were talking about a little while ago. Just to pour some cold water on it, and this is kind of what you guys were talking about a little bit, but the whole time with the AI coins, I was kind of like, there's no real value here. And I kind of feel like it was identical to like the bullshit meme coin side of it, because people were like, AI and crypto is going to be the thing this cycle. But the problem is none of these AI coins were just meme coin type thing. Like there wasn't, like, where was the value? We didn't even know of any of the teams launching them, and they weren't actually doing anything with AI. I mean, they were just like chatbot type things. So there wasn't really any value there. I never saw something in the AI meme coin sector that I was like, yo, I gotta get that one. You know,
it's more of like persona. It's almost like embodying a meme coin if you think about it. Like they're basically creating the meme coin that exists then on chain and like talks to people and does that stuff. Like I think that's like probably the closest you can talk to about like real utility for like 99% of them is like, it's just the embodiment of a meme coin that can self-market, do all these other things, and maybe recruit other people to like jump on board.
But I think there was definitely projects that are trying to offer real applications, or having like tokens with use cases other than just being a meme. Like for example, the Venice token that just launched, right? You can stake Venice to basically use Venice, which is a way to interface with LLMs on chain, in a decentralized manner. It was launched by Eric Voorhees. But like another example, like, you know, like Hey Anon or Griffane that are trying to make like, you know, DeFi AI, which is like these wallets that kind of manage money for you in a little smarter way. A lot of it you can say is hot air and stuff like that. Maybe it's like the metaverse equivalent of NFTs. But I'm saying there is stuff going on in the AI space other than like, this is just a meme coin. Even AI XBT, where you can say the token trades on the social impact, you could still stake a certain amount of AI XBT to a terminal and get access to like a pretty high level data feed of information that it was essentially scraping from the crypto markets. So I think all we saw right here was like wave one of AI, right? And I made a lot of comparisons earlier in this wave one where I was like, this could be the nifty gateway of AI, which means there's lots of speculation. We don't really know where the product market fit or where the users are going to be really interested in. A lot of things are going to pump, and then a lot of things are going to crash, right? If you faded NFTs because Nifty Gateway drew down 90% in March, you know, you would have missed Bored Apes, you know, Sandbox, all of the other things that really ripped art blocks after that. I still believe that basically the market is desperate for a right curve alt, right? We have right curve major Bitcoin. We have left curve major Solana, right? We have left curve alt memes, PumpFun, right? And people are so desperate for a right curve alt. And that was AI from November into January, right? But anything that can go, if a project can go from $1 to $200 million in 45 days, it can certainly go from $200 million down to $40 million in half the time, right? So once again, it depends on the cycle structure, how long we have left in the cycle. But I still very much believe that like AI has more legs than just this, and AI is not going to die off in crypto. And like, that was just the one and done. I don't believe that. I think if this cycle goes through 2025, I think we're going to see more and more interesting things. And can those things get a bunch of hot air into MPO, just like NFTs did? 100%. But I do think there's going to be, you know, real interesting things that continue to happen through this year.
Yeah, to be clear, I'm not talking about when. I don't think the price going up is interesting, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like you brought up Hey Anon, I bought into Hey Anon just when you guys did, but I bought in purely for musical chairs
For the trade. Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's no value here. The guy has actually, in reality, a horrible track record in the sense that he was responsible for Ohm, which literally went to like zero. It was like a fucking Ponzi scheme. But everyone remembered that Ohm went up before it went down. So I was like, cool, I'll musical chair this thing on the way up. I made like $3,000 of profit on it and I got out. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought he was Time in Wonderland and Spell.
He
Ohm
was.
Forks. He had Ohm Forks, yeah.
But it was
Oh,
Ohm Forks, not the OG Ohm, but Time and Wonderland were like the biggest Ohm Ponzi's. Period.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Pia, but that's what everybody is in the space is that they, left curve is 100% trading the chart. Right curve is 90% trading the chart and 10% having a thesis as why you think the chart's going to go up. You know what I mean? Like it's not night and day different, right? And we all know that, but I don't know. I still think that there's lots of applications, and I think we're going to see a lot of cool things with crypto and AI. I think we'll see another big run up, or I'm wrong, but I think regardless, like what you have to know is you can't drink the Kool-Aid too much, and you got to understand how to take profits, right? So like if you were in AI 16Z when Shaw had that first FUD in November and it went down to 150 million, if you bought there and you didn't take aggressive profits at $1.5 billion for a 10x, right? Like,
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Like, even if you believe in the project, right? Like, buy back in lower or whatever, but you have to take profits at the end of the day.
Because what even is it? Like,
Yeah.
what even
It's
is
a rug.
that you're
AI 16Z is a rug.
But in all seriousness,
Clemente was right, dude. Clemente was right the whole time, huh?
but
That's
I'm just saying,
crazy.
what even is the thing? It's literally just a ticker. Like there's nothing going on there that's special. At least with the Trump coin, Donald Trump put it out. You know what I mean? At least with Pengu, you're saying, well, this startup company is going hard. You know what I mean? At least there's something there. You know what I mean?
So on that note, I'd like to talk to you about a real company here, Miggles. This thing has been doing pretty well recently. The Miggles token on base.
You big Miggles guy?
Showing strength in the face of a meme coin market, implosion. Can someone walk me through what's going on here? Why is Miggle so strong?
I sold the top in November to rotate into AI, and I'm never buying back in.
Well, two things. One, well, I mean, really just one thing. Base meme coins are all pumping, and it's off the back of Toshi getting a listing.
Nice.
So all base meme coins have been outperforming over the last 8 days, essentially. If you see this initial pump January 20th, I believe this is when we had the Toshi announcement. Or maybe it was the 15th. So like right after this bottom, we've seen all base meme coins kind of pump. So under the speculation that more will get Coinbase listings, and Miggles being sort of like, I don't know if it's a consensus, but like a very strong candidate to be the next one to get one of these listings.
You got to list a cap.
What would be the price target?
I mean, Toshi's at like, let's go back to the base AI watch list here. Base meme. So Brett's at 760. Toshi's at 480. So 480 for Toshi. And when this got listed, it was at 57.
No,
that's like a
no. I didn't get listed down there.
Yeah, I think that's where it got
Really?
listed. Yeah. It did. It just did this wick here. Yeah, this is exactly where it got listed. 52 mil got listed.
Wow. So I think that's one of the first coins in a while that got positive price appreciation from the listing. A lot of times, like with like MOG and stuff like that, the listing on Coinbase has been the top. I also would have to imagine that maybe that's due to the price where Coinbase people are able to buy in. I think Coinbase people aren't super interested in being exit liquidity on billion-dollar market cap meme coins that finally get to Coinbase, right? So if Coinbase is listing them in like the 50 to 200 million range, maybe that's part of the story. But that's awesome.
Yeah. So breaking news right now, Rift is live, coming from far away, F-Chain. We work with them, but I'm very excited about this token personally. We've learned a lot about it. If you were paying attention, you watched the interview we had with their CEO, Alex Paley, on our Twitter page, where he breaks down like everything about this. And this kind of goes hand in hand with what we've been talking about.
It's like the Shopify for AI agents. Is that how you described it, right?
Yeah, like the Shopify market. So essentially what
Jarvis, long 10 soul.
So essentially what happens with this is that like Farway has been building out tooling for like creators for a long time. They're the company behind Dookie, like that's been running Dookie Dash. They have Shatterline that we've streamed before. But they have all of these like bespoke products that they've launched to make it easier for people to get into Web3 with products like NFT marketplace, being able to trade tokens, DeFi stuff. And basically what Rift is doing is it's giving AI agents access to these platforms for fees. So you have an AI agent that's just a chatbot. You essentially can plug it into the Rift platform, and then you can give it these additional capabilities, like give it a wallet, a treasury, ability to trade on chain, ability to mint NFTs, create a marketplace, all these different modules you can like purchase on like a US dollar subscription fee. When you do that, you basically like it says here, supercharging your agents.
It's
So
pumping
all
hard.
of those. Go ahead.
I said sorry. I just said it's pumping hard.
Yeah, but you can't
you
seem to
like that.
buy it. I don't understand what's going on with it.
I had to
getting
swap
nervous.
for it in Jupiter. and increase my slippage.
That's why
to like
Easy was
5%.
quiet. I knew Easy was quiet for a reason.
Dude, I'm
I
sitting here trying to buy 50 grand to this fucking thing, and I'm just slamming swaps, like buying it in 2K clips until I can finally get some size in.
Yeah, so I got a nice little airdrop here. I have $1,500 worth now for
What?
holding Jeff and holding heavy metal NFTs.
Clemente,
which
your
I can show you
audio's wrong.
on the timeline. If anyone's been paying attention, we've been talking about this. We're super excited to work with Faraway for a reason, and this is one of those big reasons, and there's more to come. So super excited about this launch. Glad to see them going live here. Glad to see price go up. Love to see that, and I'm thinking this is going to maybe awaken some of these old chatbots and give them a little bit of actual utility, which is kind of what we're just talking about.
Yeah, that's cool. And how do you get the utility with the Rift token? Do you buy it? Do you stake it? Is it buy and burn?
So everything's bought in pairs. So like module token name. So if it's like trading token, trading module, you'd buy it in trade / Rift. So similar to how virtuals is all in virtual pairs.
And they take
this is all in Rift pairs.
And they take a fee off that?
Yeah, so they'll do that. Oh, sorry, Ray. Let me just run with this. Sorry. It's like all done in the Rift pair. And then with that pair too, you can actually trade the module token. So like as more people are buying these modules, they become more expensive. So the early agents that take advantage of these modules get in cheaper. And then of course price will move on that. So it's going to be a very like open ecosystem of various modules that allow for a lot of functionality in it, denominated in the Rift token. Rift will be on F-Chain and Sola, the two pairs for it. And the whole thing is like, how do we continue to superpower agents? What can we do to make these agents like significantly more feature functionality? They've got a back-end functionality called the Faraway Embedded Wallet for Solana that they're doing an embedded wallet for these agents where they can actually. So Jeff is the first like pilot product. Jeff can actually validate a node with its wallet, so it's actually able to do that on the back end. And that was its first trial. So now they'll have trading wallets. They'll have ability to do e-commerce and launch products that people can buy and sell. These agents can basically become completely agnostic with its own maintained wallet and treasury so that they can actually become profitable too.
And Easy, the cool thing with that setup is that users can speculate on how attractive certain features will be.
Yes. So you can actually sit there and be like, oh, I think the trading module will be the best one. And if these modules start doing well, then you're going to actually see that value of that module increase. So I think it's pretty interesting to see.
That's awesome.
Exciting stuff. I see Clemente just bought a little bit. You got
little
that
nibble.
little nibble. Good job, Clemente.
Little Pac-Man Jones, yeah.
Please don't say Pac-Man. It gives me PTSD.
How are you?
Yeah,
how high are you expecting this to go? Buying in at 75 million.
Nick, so there's something that I'll teach you right now, and it's called momentum trading. So clearly when something has volume and when you see people swarming in, you want to go with the flow, right? So this is I'm going to teach you a little Fibonacci.
I'm going to teach you something. If you take a look at the chart on the 5-minute candles, you're going to actually see decreasing volume. So that may be something that you want to watch. You're also looking for the holder counts there, Clemente, which are currently going down. So that's something.
5-minute volume to me.
Nice one, Nick. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
You're looking at the NFL token. I don't know what's going on here.
No, I'm looking at the Rift token.
Nick, you were looking at the NFL token, the National Fart League. So apologies. I know Nick was saying that people in Miami are slow, but it looks like they have been rubbing off on him recently.
Wait, hold on. Why is this not showing up on BullX properly?
Refresh your page. The bars don't update when you don't refresh.
What?
This is interesting.
Yeah. Nice. So if you're just watching a chart, your BullX volume candles won't refresh automatically. Happens from time to time.
Well, I only see 3 5-minute columns on this, but Dex Screener is showing way more.
Maybe they're looking at a different pair, potentially different pool.
I
I
don't know.
immediately provided liquidity on this thing. I've already made 1,000 in fees.
What? Dude, no, this is such bullshit. I easy just throw. Yeah, I just bought $100,000 of this thing. I just put it on the Aerodrome Fibonacci Meteora pool, and I just earned $50,000 off of fees.
There's the fees. Now at $1,100.
Such bullshit, dude.
Just printing. Granted, I'm also down like $7,000 on my buy, but hey, we don't judge.
Yeah, the
all about
overall
the fees,
position is the thing to watch here.
Well, this is a high profile launch. This is some exciting shit. It just shot to 70 plus.
$1,400 in fees.
Yeah, I mean, and the alpha 2 on this is like Faraway is launching. They're launching the F chain, and we talked about Jeff validating that node and Riff getting validator, getting validator priority. So like you're gonna see some interesting stuff here with a blockchain coming up with this token. So I think this
Fees
is
go
one
burr.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Before we
80
wrap, I wanted to just talk about the partner we announced this morning in RecTech. They have an exciting announcement coming later today. You're going to want to follow them on Twitter. This is going to be time sensitive, so you're going to want to make sure you turn on your notifications. Follow RecTech on Twitter. They're launching an exciting project, especially if you're a meme coin trader. So there's going to be a little dashboard coming up. They're going to be announcing it on RecTech on their Twitter account. You're going to want to check that out because there's going to be a little opportunity for you if you're a profitable trader, a fast trader, to potentially get some free goodies. So a little bit of alpha there from RecTech. Really excited to kick off that partnership. We've worked with them in the past. I know Pio's been working with them since the internet game days. This predates when I've been here, but I know that the Bodoggo is watching the show, that they have been on here a good amount, and they are builders in the space that are doxed and constantly shipping. So check them out, RecTech on Twitter.
RecTech.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun playing these daily games too, and we're gonna have some cool ones to show on the show, maybe even some Bodoggos related ones. But it's been about an hour. We're gonna wrap today's show. Thank you all for joining us. You can catch us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify. Watch us back on YouTube. Thank you for joining today. Have a wonderful Wednesday.